set up a meeting or direct me in the right way. I'm a mother of two children, two daughters, and my oldest is 14, and she suffers from seizures. And the medical marijuana program that exists in New Jersey right now isn't really helpful. It's there's a lot of broken things that are going on that I think communication would make a big difference. The products aren't there for the edibles like it was passed last year. I know that's not up to you, the dispensaries. However, even testing them, there's no testing. I talked to Department of Health, and they said there's nothing for us to do to test it, and I need to make it into an edible. So I just wanted to know if you could direct me.
Sure, I'll have the Commissioner of Health call you directly. But also what I'll tell you is that this is part of the flaws with the medical marijuana program to begin with, is that because private dispensaries who are in it to make money decide which products they're willing to put in and which ones they're not. And even when we authorized edibles, as you know we did last summer, they make a decision about whether there's enough of a market for that for them to go through what they need to go through. So, you know, part of the problem with this is what I originally proposed with the medical marijuana program. Remember, this was passed before I became governor, signed by Governor Corzine the day I was getting sworn into office, was that it be a hospital-based program. That way, the profit motive is drained out a lot from it. And if the hospitals are doing it and we make it a purely medical-based program, the legislature didn't care to do that. And so I think one of the outgrowths of it is that there's much more of a profit motive in this in terms of what they offer and what they don't. That doesn't make any difference to you. That's the explanation. But when you have a child who is suffering, who you want to try to get help to, you want to try to get help to that child. So let me get the Commissioner of Health in touch with you and see. I don't know if the answer is going to be different, but she knows a lot more about it than I do in terms of the details of it. But I understand the frustration because I've spoken to other folks who feel the same frustration about it. And this is part of the problem. This is what happens, you know, when one party's leaving office and a new party's coming in. And so they spend the last 3 weeks of the legislative session before the big bad wolf is coming to Trenton, passing every law they possibly can to get the old governor to sign it because they know the new governor won't. It's very imprecise. And what they did here is very imprecise, and people are learning that now. What I want in this state is a medically based program that helps adults and children who are sick and have no other modality of treatment to turn to. If we're going to have a medical marijuana program, that's what it should be. We've seen what it's morphed into in other parts of the country, right? In Colorado, in California, what it's morphed into, and now they've even made it okay for recreational use in some states as well. So they've turned into that. Some people agree with that, some people don't. I don't, others might. But I believe that the reason that people in New Jersey supported this in the first place was it was to help people who have no other place to get relief from whatever illness they're going through, whether it's pain or whether it's seizures or a combination of both. Yeah. So let me, who gave you the microphone? Great, Nick did. Get your name and number down on one of Nick's cards, and I'll have the Commissioner of Health call you within the next 24 to 48 hours, talk to you about your specific problem, see if there might be a place or a way we can direct you to get some help.
Is there any way that we could revisit your...
Sure, go to the legislature. I mean, again... We
have been.
Yeah.
And that's what brought me 2 hours away from home.
Well, I'm glad you came. And I'm willing, as I've always been, to work with them on common sense things that make it a medically based program. So I'm clear with you. What I'm not willing to do is legalize it or permit recreational use or things that will lead to that. And so that's the line that I've drawn in the sand that I'm not willing to do. But am I willing to make changes as we learn about ways that it's not helping? I did that last summer. Because before last summer, as you know, edibles were not permitted. And I signed the bill that allowed edibles to be permitted. Now let's see what the problems are with that, and let's go back and try to fix that. I can't fix those parts on my own. Those need laws to come to my desk, but I think I've shown, like I did last summer, that if a common sense law that's going to help people comes to my desk, I will sign it. And that's what I did last year.
And what I'm saying now isn't, don't take it the wrong way, but...
I'll try not to.
You had said that it's not getting expanded any further under...
What I meant by expansion was what I just said.
With the recreational?
Recreational use and any step towards legalization or decriminalization. But if there are medical uses that make sense that we're not filling right now, I'm always willing to consider those. What I'm not willing to consider is decriminalization, legalization, or recreational use. And that's what I meant by expansion.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Great. So Nick will give you the information. We'll hopefully be able to help you.
Thank you.
All right.